Here's another question here. Thank you for the question. Should we expect that at least one scientific evidence will point to an old Earth, in the sense that looking at Adam at 1 day old, we might conclude he's 25 or so years old?
Okay, that's a great question. And I have written an article on this on our website called The Appearance of Age. The Appearance of Age. And I encourage you to read that, because this is an issue I've thought about a lot, and it's something that most people haven't thought about a lot. But the idea of appearance of age is technically a fallacy. It's a reification fallacy, and the reason is you can't see age. And people say that's ridiculous. I can look at a person and estimate their age. Yeah, but that's different. You're not seeing their age. You're seeing what are called proxies. Proxies are things that we associate with age, like maybe liver spots, or I've got some gray hair coming in, and that's something that you associate with age, because we know from experience that as people age, we know they start out pretty small and then they get bigger, and then stuff starts to go wrong and they need reading glasses and so on. But these other things are not age, they're proxies. And the interesting thing is, how do you know what a proxy for age is? And the normal way is, well, experience, or somebody can tell you. If you're a child, your parents might tell you, those people over there that have the gray hair, that they're your grandparents, and they're older than you are, they're older than I am. Okay. And then as you gain experience, as you live longer and stuff starts happening to you and you start going gray, you start recognizing what proxies are. But if we were to ask Adam, how old do you think you look? He would have none of those experiences. And so my guess is let's go back to the day Adam's created and ask him, how old do you think you look? My guess is he would say, well, apparently this is what a 1-day-old person looks like. You see, it wouldn't be, and when Eve, when she's first created, she's created as an adult, right? And so Adam and Eve, they would say, well, we're 1 day old. That's what we look like. It wouldn't be until they had children and their children started to grow that they would realize that most other people don't come into the world that way. And they would start to learn what we would consider proxies for age. Height would be a proxy for age, because we know children are not born 6 feet 1 inch tall, right? But Adam was created tall. And so for him, that was not a proxy for age. And so we need to be very careful about thinking, what are proxies? What are genuine proxies for age? And how would those maybe be different at creation? Tree rings are proxy for age today. But the first trees that were created, I don't know if they had rings in them or not, but they at least had thickness. And today we say, well, it takes a certain amount of time for a tree to grow thick, so that's an appearance of age. No, not for the first trees, it isn't. You see, when you say appearance of age, you're putting something on God that is unfair, because he didn't make things to look old or young. Things just look the way they look. And then as we gain experience, we come to associate certain things with age. But that's why it's ridiculous for people to say, well, the universe looks old. I'm like, really? How many universes have you seen that you can compare it and say, okay, we got just the one and it looks the way that it looks. You can't say it looks old or young. It just looks the way that it looks. And so Adam, the same way, he would not think that he looked like a 25-year-old. We might, because we assume height equals age, or that there's a correlation there. But Adam wouldn't. And so we need to separate what is a proxy for age and what is actual age. Age itself is conceptual. It's a concept of history. It's your current time minus the time you came into existence. And that's conceptual. You can't see that. What you see are proxies, and proxies today are not necessarily the same as they were at creation. So that's the thing that I like to emphasize.